Hey guys, JJ here with Well-Rounded Living, and today I wanted to go over a topic that is something everybody discusses at some point, and that is a diet. A lot of people go on fad diets, and that may be something like a split pea soup diet. I've heard of that. A low carb diet, a high carb diet, low protein, high protein, low fat. Everybody has their own idea of what a good diet is, and a lot of the time all those really end up doing is feeding some kind of hope or dream that an individual has that they can lose weight quickly and easily. And the reality is, it's hard. It takes a lot of effort, and it's not as easy as some crazy fad diet that you want to try that in 2 weeks you'll drop 20 pounds. And speaking of which, let me touch on that real quick. A lot of diets say you'll lose 10 pounds within the first week, or 5 pounds within the first week, or any quantity of weight. The reality with those is that first week, what you're losing is all of the stuff in your intestines. So you're really just not putting in a whole lot, so the food that's inside of you is coming out the other end and not getting replaced. So the weight you're losing isn't really fat, which is typically the goal of everyone when they're on a diet. The weight you're losing is actually just excrement, and that's not doing a whole lot for you. It's the longer term sustainable gains that you're looking for. So I just wanted to take a little bit of time here and go over what I personally do. I'm not underwear model shape or bodybuilder shape or anything like that, but I do stay healthy. I eat a fairly well-rounded diet, not as much as my wife does. She enjoys vegetables a whole lot more than I do. I am a southern guy, so if I had my choice, it would be all meat and potatoes and pizza. So what I typically do is count calories. And I know that's not what everyone wants to hear. It does take time, but it's important. So when you're counting calories, it depends upon your personal size, your weight, and how much exercise you get in a given day or week. So for me, when I'm dieting and when I'm trying to lose some weight, I typically do 7 workouts a week, and it sounds like a lot, but I'll elaborate on that in a minute, as well as trying to limit my calories to between 1,800 and 1,850 per day. Now some of you may say, oh, that sounds like a lot of calories. Well, what I found is for me, that works. The U.S. recommended daily allowance for calories is 2,000. For me, if I'm eating 2,000 calories and not working out a whole lot, I can pretty much stay the same weight. But 1,850 with doing my workout routine is what will cause me to lose weight. My wife, on the other hand, has to limit her calories down to around 1,200 or so. So obviously a lot less. She's smaller than I am. It doesn't require as many calories for her to just do her standard daily tasks. So that's important to take into consideration. Now, to give you a comparison, I am about 5'5" and around 150 pounds. My wife is around 5 foot and somewhere around 115, 120 pounds, depending upon the time of year. Of course, around the holidays, we both put on a few extra pounds. So with that in mind, the 7 workouts that I mentioned, I break that up into 4 days of lifting and 3 days of cardio. Now, I don't actually split it up day to day, and I could consolidate these. So for my cardio, it's 40 minutes of something making me move. So that could be jogging and walking on a treadmill. It could be on an elliptical with an interval setting. And an interval, all that means is when you're doing a jog and a walk, that's also an interval. It is you do something strenuous for a period of time and then you relax a little bit and don't work so hard for a period of time. So in the case of running, I'm not a runner. I do not enjoy running, but when I do it, I'll go 2 minutes jogging, 2 minutes walking, back and forth, and I'll do that for 40 minutes. So it sounds like a lot, but if you're not going at a really fast pace, it's not nearly as hard as it sounds. So I could easily combine the 40-minute cardio with a lifting workout. And in doing that, since there's 3 cardio workouts a week, I could do this in 4 days. A lot of the time I like to split them up, and I will do cardio early, let's say in the morning or maybe at lunchtime, and then I'll do my lifting in the evening. You can split that up however you want. But the end goal is the cardio is going to help you burn the calories so that the 1,800 or however many calories it is you're taking in are going to set up a deficit so that your body needs more than that and your body starts burning the fat. While the lifting is going to build muscle, and muscle is going to burn calories whether or not you're doing anything. When you're sitting around on the couch, if you have a whole lot of muscle on your body, that muscle is going to be burning calories. So it's important to do both. And for women, let me just say, don't worry about working out with weights. Don't think that is going to be a negative. It's not. It is always a positive. You do want to lift with weights. Don't worry about turning into a bodybuilder. Believe me, unless you are doing something very odd, you will never look that way unless you are taking some kind of enhancers in order to make that happen. Women genetically do not look that way. And also, even for women, let's say you know somebody who is very fit, and it's a female that looks kind of masculine because of that. That person is probably doing a whole lot more than you will ever do. So don't even take that into consideration. Don't worry about it. You do want to do lifting and you do want to do cardio. Now, with that said, the way I split up my workouts is I split them into arms one day, chest one day, shoulders one day, back one day. And then I do the 3 sets of cardio. Now you'll notice, and I have a friend that's a trainer who will love to hear this, I don't typically work out my legs with weights. I should. I just absolutely hate doing legs, so my cardio kind of offsets that and works out my legs somewhat. I do not recommend that. If you can, work out your legs. But for me, trying to get in an 8th workout in a given week, in any given week, is a lot to ask, and I simply can't sustain that. So I will throw in a leg workout or some lunges or something like that whenever I can. So, with that said, the tips that I've given so far are limit your calories and make sure you get in your exercises. Now, there's one last thing I'll say before I end this video, and that is when you are worrying about those calories, make sure they're the right kinds of calories. Now, this doesn't have to be nearly that difficult. It's always going to be an adjustment up front. But once you figure it out, you'll find foods that you really enjoy that you just go to day after day, and it's not difficult. You don't have to write down your calories every single day. You only do that for the first couple of weeks. But the split that you need to have there is some protein, some carbs, some fat. I won't throw in specific numbers when it comes to the amount of fat, carbs, and protein you get, because there's a lot of differing opinions on that. For me, I try to get as much protein as I can because what's most important to me as being a small guy is I want to make sure I build as much muscle as possible. But at the same time, I want to make sure I lose as much fat as possible. So splitting them up to like a 33, 33, 33 would be acceptable. I'm sure someone out there will say, no, it needs to be 20, 40, 40. Or, yeah, can't do my math today. So, in any case, the important thing is make sure you get enough protein, make sure you do get some fat, you're not cutting it out completely, and make sure you get some carbs, because the fat and the carbs are what's going to give you energy. The protein is what's going to build that muscle mass, which will help you to burn the calories later on. So, those are the tips I have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or comment in the box below, and I will do my best to answer any questions you have that I may have an answer to. And if I don't, I can hopefully point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching today. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, and I will see you next time.